On an estate east of Manchester, it's 2 a.m, and a young tenant and her partner are disturbing their neighbours.
Now, what do you think you're going to cook?
But you'll wait till the door's shut.
Kerry and Greg and their 3 children have lived next door for 5 years.
Oh yeah, alright, yeah, right.
Another night with no sleep and...
On and off since. It's been continuous now for the past half an hour. Swearing. I'm stood here because if I go to bed I won't be able to sleep anyway because they're still kicking off. She's in the garden now and I just need to know that they've both calmed down and gone to bed, because otherwise if something happens to either of them I'll feel guilty.
Kerry and Greg are shift workers, and the disturbances have become part of their family life.
So they'll probably do it again now tomorrow as well. So I've got like about 3 days on it with nobody sleep. Because we've still got to do as normal stuff, you know. Like the kids have still got to go to school, still got to be fed, you still got to do every normal day-to-day thing, but just with no sleep.
Shall I cut you some pink for inside his ears?
The family have lived with the problem ever since their neighbour moved in 4 years ago.
You can do whichever colour.
Whatever colour you want, it can be a multicoloured giraffe. Green or blue?
Red.
My kids have grown up with it. They've had sleepless nights. My 10-year-old wrote a diary last year about it and wrote rude words in it, swear words in it, and everything they were saying at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I don't think there's anything worse than having something that's completely beyond your control, but it's affecting your life day in, day out.
When the Housing Association have issued warnings, things have improved, but the late-night disturbances always start up again. Today, Kerry and Greg are meeting their housing officers, Penny Moss and Anne Jackson.
So you've had some contact with her in the past about the antisocial behaviour if you knocked on and approached her?
Yeah, right at the beginning with it.
Yeah, they just asked her to turn the music down and she'd say, all right, sorry, and turn it down. But then when she's out of her face at 2 o'clock in the morning, she doesn't care then.
No.
We just want to take down what's happened recently and then we can move forward.
Yeah.
The 8th, Tuesday the 8th, that was 4 p.m. in the afternoon, the music went on full blast and they didn't stop till 7 a.m. the following morning. The police were called out 4 times that night. I called them twice. The week before that, they had the chainsaw out, which I phoned the police about then.
You're talking a big proper petrol chainsaw, you're not talking about a little, you know, something like a garden trimmer or something.
Me and Anne will give you our direct numbers and I'll give you my email address. Anything you want to do, just contact us directly.
No, we appreciate it, we just want to get it sorted. Alright, brilliant.
Alright, thanks very much.
Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks.
Bye now.
Yeah.
The tenant shouldn't be causing this trouble on the estate. She's had cautions. The neighbours shouldn't have to live like that and something's going to be done about it.
East of Manchester, Kerry and her family have had another bad night.
It was pretty quiet when I got home, and then when I was watching Oldby City you could hear them rowing over Oldby City and then straight through Big Brother. I went to bed at 11 o'clock and just continuously from 11 o'clock, so I phoned the police at 4 o'clock this morning. And the kids were awake as well, so the kids are tired. It was ridiculous.
What I'm conscious about is the fact that she's had 2 cautions that we know of, which is...
This morning, Penny is discussing the case with Alan Kibble, Head of Tenancy Enforcement.
Looking through the file, when we do any sort of like intervention, whether it be caution or whatever, there's always an element of quietening down then, and then it starts up again. So obviously the interventions that we're doing don't seem to be working on a long-term basis. It's very difficult to pinpoint why ASB occurs. Drink, drugs, relationship breakdown, domestic violence. We always try to identify what the core is, what's causing the problem. And once we've identified the problem, we will try and deal with that. If that's unsuccessful and they fail to engage, that's when we have to look at enforcement action. I'll get a couple of pinholes and everything sorted out for this.
Yeah, we'll just set this up.
An important step in enforcement action is gathering covert recordings. These can then be used as evidence in legal action. Today, Ivan Wright from the enforcement team is installing surveillance equipment in Kerry and Greg's kitchen.
If the music is playing pretty loud, You hear it?
Like I say, it's not the music.
Oh yeah, well them screaming and shit.
I can sleep through the music, I'm not bothered. I know that my kids aren't going to hear things, but last night the things that she was shouting and saying to him. My last recording's about 4 o'clock in the morning. Just listen to that.
That's in your bedroom?
That's in my bedroom, and there's a little landing and a bathroom between my bedroom and their house.
Kerry and Greg aren't the only ones affected. Other residents have also complained. Angela's house looks directly out onto the noisy tenant's backyard.
You try to ignore it for a while, but then they just get louder and louder, and it's hard to ignore. Some of the things when they're shouting it, you just want to get your kids and shut the back door because the language that they're coming out with, so it's not fair. You know, they make more noise than all the kids on the street, I think.
I think it's that chaotic a household that you can't really predict what could happen, what I'm likely to see. You can't really predict what could happen, what I'm likely to see.
The Housing Association have tried to arrange several meetings with the disruptive tenant.
Supposed to come in at 2:30.
This afternoon, she's failed to turn up yet again.
You weren't convinced she'd come, were you, to be honest?
No.
You weren't convinced she'd come, were you, today?
They try her home instead.
Turn this on.
Bruce said that it'd been taken apart or something.
You got a calling card?
No.
What we'll do now is we'll try and speak to her again, make another appointment, and even in the meantime, it's still a case of gathering evidence.